my kitchen where on this hot summer day I'm going to put summer into a bowl by making gazpacho. It's a simple to prepare, refreshing to eat, no-cook recipe. This recipe, along with all kinds of other good stuff, can be found online at vegwithlisa.com. Fresh from the local market, you will need 1 medium clove of garlic chopped, 1 cup of chopped green bell pepper, 1 cup of chopped, peeled, seeded cucumber, and I'm going to show you how to seed this in a minute. And most importantly, 1 pound of fresh, ripe, juicy red tomatoes, cored and chopped. You can peel them if you like. You'll also need 1 teaspoon of sea salt, some crushed red chili pepper flakes, 1 tablespoon balsamic vinegar, 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, 3 tablespoons of regular white vinegar, and also an option is I've got some chopped hard cooked egg that I'm going to sprinkle on top of the gazpacho when I serve it. The tomatoes truly are the star of this show, so it's super important that for this recipe you have fresh, ideally locally grown, ripe red tomatoes. I got some of these tomatoes down at the Bad Seed Urban Farmers Market, and I also got a few from my friend Bubba's garden. So if you don't have access to a garden or a local market, just make this recipe another time. So you can see that this is a rather large cucumber, which for this recipe is fine, but because of that it has a lot of seeds. You don't need to worry about getting every single one of these out, but you don't want too many of them because it will make the recipe kind of watery and maybe a little bit bitter. So I trim off most of those. Then I'm just going to take my knife and trim down the side, and you can see how I'm just sort of peeling the cucumber away from the seeds. Then I can discard my seeds and just chop this. That's all you need to do to seed your cucumber. Gazpacho is a recipe that originally comes from the Andalusian region of Spain, and a traditional gazpacho recipe would include bread blended along in the soup. You can see I'm not using any bread. I really don't think it's necessary. Let the freshness and the ripeness of your vegetables, particularly the tomatoes, speak for themselves. That also keeps it nice and light. This is light tasting, and it's also a very healthy recipe for you. Tomatoes are full of vitamin C, some vitamin A, lycopene, which is an antioxidant. Bell peppers, ripe bell peppers, have more vitamin C than an orange, and cucumbers are also a nice source of some vitamins, and everything has lots of water, so it's going to help keep you hydrated on that hot day. So really, all there is to this is just start blending. First your garlic, and pulse it a couple times. Then add your cucumber. Whoa, I'm always losing something. Blend it a couple of times. Green pepper can go in next. And pulse. And then the tomatoes. And all their juices. So go ahead and use all those juices when you chop them up. The tomatoes, the olive oil, the white vinegar, the balsamic vinegar, and your salt. That looks about right. You can add some crushed red chilies to taste and a good grind of fresh black pepper. It's important to plan ahead when you're making this recipe, not only so you can source the best possible tomatoes, but also this recipe needs at least a couple of hours to chill before you serve it. You want it to be really cold, and also you want the flavors to have a chance to meld. So you got to be a little bit organized to do this one. And you can see I ahead of time made the same exact recipe, but yellow. I used yellow tomatoes and yellow bell pepper, and also I used white balsamic vinegar. I like to serve this, I think it's perfect for a nice summer lunch with some whole grain crackers and Spanish style with some olives. It also makes a great starter for an elegant dinner party. And this has not been rehearsed. I am going to try something on screen, which you should never ever do. Sure that there's a way. Oh, it's working. Oh my gosh. So if you're feeling brave, look at how pretty that is. You can spoon half into each side of the bowl, top with a little chopped egg if you like, drizzle with some extra virgin olive oil, and voila, it's gorgeous. Now to enjoy your chilled stew. Glory picked an American Pale Ale for our beer. This is a beautiful copper colored pale ale from the Free State of Kansas. And for wine, I chose Spanish, of course, because of the origins of the Gazpacho. And Debbie over at Cellarat, my local neighborhood wine shop, suggested an Albarino. Because of the high acid content, I think it'll go great with the acidic tomatoes and the bright, clean, crisp flavors. Should be perfect. Let's give these a try. Thank goodness for screw tops, huh? Let's give this a shot. Oh wow, that is awesome. It is so clean and so refreshing. Let's try it with this crisp white wine. Oh, thanks Debbie, that's nice. It is perfect, crisp, clean, light bite of acid. It's wonderful with the gazpacho and the richness of the egg. Salud. It's bon appetit for Glory.